Good morning, boys and girls. So this is your little slot within our service today, and I am so delighted to be able to talk to you today, but we let the adults listen in too. When I was thinking about what I wanted to say to you today, I was listening to the news and they were talking about hands, face and space. I'm sure you've heard that in connection with the nasty virus that's out there just at the minute. And I thought I would take the little bit just about face and talk about that today because I miss all your little faces in church and I miss getting to talk to you. So hopefully it won't be too long until we can come back again and we can talk together face to face. Now, when adults are out and about in the community now or they're out doing their shopping, we have to wear masks. And when I was thinking about this, it kind of dawned on me that, well, previously, before COVID came in, really masks were kind of more for Halloween. So I've got a couple of Halloween masks. So I thought about this. This is one of my funny ones. It's my giraffe. And if you're scared, look away now. This is my scary mask. Imagine that coming to your door. And then imagine realising it was me underneath. I don't know which is more scary. But when I was thinking about masks, I was thinking I have to wear masks when I'm out and about. But I also have to wear masks when I'm in work. So when I'm working in the hospital, I've got this mask. And when I'm out and about in the community, out in people's houses, I've got this mask. And that not only protects me, but it protects other people as well from the spread of germs. But I was thinking about the mask and thinking the difficulty with that is you can't really see what's underneath the mask. It covers our faces, so you can't see our expressions. When we talk, we use our facial expressions as well as our voice. So sometimes if we're really happy, and you can see it in our face because we're really joyful and we're full of smiles. And if we're sad, you can see that as well within our faces too. But when you've got the mask on, it's very, very difficult. And I was kind of thinking about this in terms of sometimes we wear a virtual mask, like a pretend mask. So what's on the inside really doesn't match up with what's on the outside. So inside we could be feeling really scared, but outside we're like, no, I'm good, I'm okay. Or we could be feeling really sad and maybe want to cry, and we feel we need to talk to somebody, but we just can't. But outside, we're like, I'm okay, I'm good. And there's a little saying which is put on a brave face. And sometimes that's what we do. So the outside, we don't want to appear weak. So we put on this nice brave face that everything's okay. And I was actually thinking about how this also can affect us in terms of the mask that sometimes we put on where we come to church and we read our Bibles and we seem like good people, but inside sometimes it doesn't reflect what's on the outside. Sometimes our thoughts and on our actions and our intentions are very, very different from what appears on the outside. So we might look good on the outside, but yet inside we're not really that good. And sometimes we judge people by how they look. And this reminded me of a Bible story. So I went to the Bible and I looked up in 1 Samuel. And this is a story about how the old king of Israel, whilst he appeared to be a good man and he had fought many battles and he was a strong man and he led the people, really inside, he wasn't a very nice person. He had stopped following God's plan. So God asked Samuel, the prophet, to go and anoint the new king of Israel, who would be David. So off Samuel went, and when he met David, David was just a shepherd boy, and he looked quite weak. And Samuel said to God, "Are you sure?" And God said to Samuel, "David is a man after my own heart." So David was a man who followed God's plans, whose heart was in tune with God's. God told Samuel that people look on the outside, whereas God looks on the inside. The verse in the Bible that says, man looks at the outward appearance, but God looks at the heart. And I was thinking about this and thinking that I hope inside we have good, clean hearts that follow God's plan. That when He looks inside our hearts, He can see that we are people who love Him. I want just to pray with you before we sing our song. So let's just put our hands together and close our eyes. God, we thank you for the stories in the Bible that just teach us about you and about your love for us. We thank you that you look on the inside. And we ask, Lord, that you would give us clean hearts, clean minds, to help us to do the right thing and be the people you want us to be. Amen. We're going to sing a really lovely song, and it's called I Am a New Creation, and it talks about the joy inside us because that God makes us new people. So remember that God looks at the heart, and we ask him to give us clean hearts, new creations with joy in our hearts that overflows to our faces and to our lives, so that we can live as God's children, people after his own heart.